She was just a nurse. She had no army, no weapons, no power, and yet she saved 2,500 children from the death trap. This is the unbelievable story of Irena Sandler. Irena, born in 1910, in a small city near Warsaw. She was only daughter of a kind-hearted doctor. Irena grew up in a Catholic family. From the young age, she had a sympathetic bond with her Jewish neighbors. Her compassion only grew stronger as she joined the Polish Socialist Party. She was determined to stand for justice and equality. In 1939, the Nazis invaded Poland and life changed forever. In Warsaw, they forced 4 lakh Jews, nearly 30% of Warsaw population, to live in a small 7 feet high walled place. This was known as Warsaw Ghetto. At that time, Irena was working as a social care nurse with the Warsaw City Welfare Department. Driven by the deep sense of justice and loyalty to her Jewish friends, Irena made a courageous choice. She joined an underground resistance group known as Zygota, an organization dedicated to save Jews from Nazi persecution. Zygota was secretly formed by the Polish underground state, and with the support of Polish government in exile in London. To protect her identity, she adopted a code name, Jolanta. From that moment on, her life was no longer her own. Every step she took was a step into danger, but also into history. She started her mission to evacuate children from there in 1940. Because she was a nurse, she had a freedom to move around the city under the guise of investigating a suspected typhus epidemic. She cleverly gained access to the Warsaw Ghetto beneath her official duties. She carried a secret mission, one that would change her life and countless other. Forever, one by one, she saved 2,500 children out of the ghetto. Some were hidden in ambulances, others concealed in the back of a lorry driven by a fellow conspirator. Mechanic hid them in his toolbox. To deceive Nazi soldiers, she even sometimes used clever tricks, like sitting a barking dog at the front seat to conceal the crying sound of the children, who were crying because of the fear of separation from their parents. She placed the rescued children in orphanages, convents, and even with sympathetic Polish families. To keep them safe, she gave them false identities and taught them Christian prayers, so that they can blend seamlessly into their new surroundings. Irena said, "Once, Army raided my house. Luckily, one of my girls hid the list of children beneath her clothes. Then I never kept the list at home again. Now, names of new rescued child written sealed inside bottles and secretly buried, so that one day they could be reunited with their true families." In 1943, German authorities launched an attack on the Warsaw Ghetto. The Jews fought back. It became known as the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. For 1 month, they fought, and eventually, the uprising was crushed. Thousands were killed, and most of the survivors were captured and sent to the death camps. That same year, Irena was arrested by Nazis. She was thrown into the notorious Powiat prison, where her legs were brutally broken. Despite unimaginable pain, she refused to tell them a single name of the children or families she had helped. Irena's fate seemed to be sealed because she was sentenced to death. But members of Zygota managed to bribe a guard, and in a daring escape, she slipped through the Nazis' grasp. From that moment on, she lived in hiding, continuing her rescue work in secret, even though it meant she couldn't attend her own mother's funeral. Her mission never stopped, not even in exile. After World War II ended, Irena returned to the place where she had buried the jars, holding the names of the rescued children. She doused them up, determined to reunite the children with their families. But tragically, most of those parents had perished in the Nazi death camps. In 1945, after Poland's liberation, Irena went back to Warsaw and resumed her work with the Social Welfare Department. She also stayed in touch with many of the children she had rescued. Irena's work was not widely recognized during those years. But in 1965, Israel's Yad Vashem honored her with the title Righteous Among the Nations. In 2007, she was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. When her country celebrated her, she wrote to the Polish Senate, "Every child saved with my help and with the help of all the secret messengers, many of whom are no longer alive, is the only justification of my existence on this earth. Not a title for glory,